September 11th, 2025, while Nigerians were dealing with high food prices and economic hardship, two men sat in a room in Abuja and had a conversation that could completely rewrite the script for 2027. But why are politicians panicking? Why are analysts scrambling? And why is every Nigerian asking the same question? Is this the beginning of the end for APC's grip on power? This secret meeting has been everywhere. But the real truth, most people have no idea what was actually discussed behind those closed doors. There's more to this meeting than meets the eye. And that is exactly what we're unpacking today. Let's break this down clearly. Think about this. When the man who shook Nigeria's political establishment in 2023 sits down with the former president, something big is happening. On September 11th, 2025, Peter, Obi and Goodluck Jonathan held what they called a closed-door meeting in Abuja. Obi posted on X afterward, saying they had a fruitful meeting and discussed the state of our dear nation. That is it. No details, no agenda, no timeline. Just that one post. But why the secrecy? What are they not telling us? And why has Nigeria been buzzing ever since? This wasn't a random meeting at all. This was carefully planned. These are two men who represent something powerful in Nigerian politics. Obi, with his 11.3 million votes in 2023, proved that the Obidient movement could challenge traditional parties. Jonathan, despite losing in 2015, he still carries massive influence, especially in the South. Think about it. You have the man who energized Nigerian youth like never before in the same room as the man who knows exactly how power works in this country. That is not just a casual chat over tea. The bigger picture is right in front of us. Nigeria's political math is changing and everyone knows it, but no one wants to say it out loud. The APC is facing serious challenges: fuel subsidy removal backlash, naira devaluation pain, security issues that won't go away. Nigerians are feeling the pressure every single day, from the market woman in Lagos to the farmer in Kaduna. This meeting could be the answer they've been looking for. Now, when you bring together Obi's youth movements with Jonathan's political network, you get a potential coalition that could actually threaten the status quo. But here's the bigger picture. It's not just about personalities, but about regional politics too. The Southeast has been pushing for the presidency since 1999. The South had their turn with Jonathan but lost it. Together, they could create a Southern alliance that is impossible to ignore. And the reactions? They're telling us everything we need to know. Sources familiar with the meeting revealed this was actually a continuation of earlier conversations between Peter, Obi and Jonathan on the permutations for 2027. So this wasn't their first discussion about the future. Political insiders are saying most leaders believe Jonathan would be easier to sell to northern voters than Obi. And there's a growing sentiment that with 10 years of APC, it's easy to prove that life was better under PDP. Meanwhile, the Obidient movement isn't staying quiet. They're warning about some politicians' attempts to use Jonathan against Peter Obi, showing there's already tension about who should lead and who should follow. But the real development is this. There are speculations linking both Jonathan and Obi as possible presidential contenders under the PDP ahead of 2027. The PDP itself is reportedly considering both men. So this meeting was probably about deciding who gets the ticket and who steps aside. And here's where the political chess game gets really deep. Think about it. Two presidential ambitions from the same southern region cannot coexist in the same party during primaries. Someone has to make the ultimate sacrifice. Someone has to step back for the greater good of defeating the APC. The signs are already pointing in one direction. Political insiders believe Jonathan would be easier to sell to northern voters. He has the experience, the network, and crucially, is constitutionally eligible for just one more term, which removes the fear of a long-term grip on power. It's the long game. It's strategic. And it might just be brilliant. The question isn't whether one of them will step down. The question is, has Peter Obi already made that decision? Because if he has, then this meeting wasn't about 2027 speculation. This meeting was about 2027 execution. And here's a question that's keeping political analysts awake at night. If Peter Obi and Goodluck Jonathan actually team up for 2027, do you think they can defeat the APC? Can they bring the change Nigerians are desperately looking for? Would that even look like it? If you found this breakdown helpful, like this video, subscribe to RNN TV, and check with someone who needs to hear the full story. Because in Nigerian politics, the real moves happen behind closed doors, but we can predict them before they happen. We are here to bring them into the light. We'll be watching every development on this meeting. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what happens next. But here's the real question. What do you think will happen next? This is RNN TV, and we'll see you in the next one.